Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Football Fallout. Instead of going game by game, now we are going position group by position group. Let me know how you like it. Do you like the new format or not? My thinking is if you're looking for a specific position and commentary about a specific position, I got you covered. So today we're going to be talking about the top receivers from last week. What trends should we be paying attention to in week 7 and beyond? And of course, I'm going to give out my awards this week. The Kicked Me in the Nuts Award, the Dumpster Vomit Award, the No Soup for You Award, No Soup for You Award, and the ICUP Award. It's not an award I give every time. I see you play. I see you. I'm paying attention to you. So all of that is ahead on the Fantasy Football Fallout. All right, everybody, let's just dig right in. So top 10 receivers of the week in order. Stefon Diggs, of course, I got kirked. If you watched the quarterbacks video, you know that. Stefon Diggs, Robbie Anderson, Sam Darnold. Who knew, man? Who knew that your impact could have that kind of impact on Robbie Anderson? Terry McLaurin against the bad Miami Dolphins team. Golden Tate against the Patriots. Tyreek Hill, Curtis Samuel, Alshon Jeffrey, Julian Edelman, and Julio Jones. Now, obviously, a lot of those guys on the list are on teams. You're probably not going to be able to pry them away from anybody. Stefon Diggs is a guy that you might be able to trade for if you want them. Now, am I high on Stefon Diggs? No. I actually identified him as a potential matchup, a daily fantasy play, a nice kind of plug-and play, a nice start. I did have him getting in the end zone one time. I didn't have him getting in the end zone 3 times, but, say la vie. He was a start for me. He played pretty well. Now, because of his owners of Stefon Diggs, they could go 2 ways. One, if they're probably, in my opinion, probably the more savvy owner, you could look at that 3-touchdown game. You could think, I'm going to capitalize and strike while the iron's hot. I'm going to trade him away for somebody, another position that I need. Now, the other side of it is finally Stefon Diggs showed up. This is a sign of things to come. I'm going to hold on to him after all. I would say he's probably more tradable now. If you get lucky, maybe he'll get another touchdown or 2 next week, and you can trade him. I would probably get rid of him. I don't think that Kirk Cousins is somebody you can rely on. And remember, Minnesota is a run-first team. This was a schematic weakness in Philadelphia's defense that Minnesota exploited. I personally bet against Kirk Cousins being able to exploit that weakness. I saw it there. I bet on it just slightly, but I bet against the Minnesota Vikings, and it cost me in the wallet. Now, Robbie Anderson is an interesting one. He's owned in about, I think, maybe 56% of the leagues, so you have like a 44% chance of him being around. If you were in a PPR league, I like Jamison Crowder just a little bit better because I think he gets you more consistency. I do anticipate this Jets team, although they're better than what we saw with Luke Falk at starting quarterback, I do anticipate this Jets team playing from behind quite a bit, and they're going to use Jamison Crowder the way Adam Gase used Jarvis Landry back in Miami back when he had him. I think Crowder is going to be better as the season goes on. However, if you're not in a PPR league, I do think Robbie Anderson gives you more explosive plays. I think he'll get you more touchdowns by the end of the year. So it really depends on the format you're in. Bottom line, though, is I like these Jets receivers, and I would invest in both. Now, Terry McLaurin, you're probably not going to be able to get him. Golden Tate is actually available in quite a few leagues still. Snap him up. When Sterling Shepard comes back, and when Golden Tate isn't, playing the Patriots, he's going to have better time, better numbers. It's only going to help Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram's only going to help Golden Tate, who's kind of a possession receiver but can still get around guys deeper. I like Golden Tate as a pickup as well. There's a lot of good receivers out there that can be had this week. Tyreek Hill, thank goodness he's back. I had to hold on to him for 4 weeks. It hurt, having him on my injured reserve list, but he's back. Chris Godwin obviously continues to excel in this Tampa Bay offense. Jameis Winston loves throwing to him. It looks like he's ascended past Mike Evans. Now, let me just say this. If Mike Evans goes down with injury and they're rolling covers, the defenses are really keying in on stopping Chris Godwin, is he a guy that can keep it going? I don't know. We're going to see how that shakes out. Alshon Jeffrey's back. Deshaun Jackson could be back this week, which, again, I think will only help Alshon Jeffrey to have that help on the other side. Julio Jones, you're not going to get. Julian Edelman, you're not going to get. Curtis Samuel is another guy that you might be able to peel up off of waivers. I've seen some talk. Is DJ Moore better? Is Curtis Samuel better? Let me say this. I think Robbie Anderson and Jamison Crowder are both better options. I think Sam Darnold will push the ball downfield more than Kyle Allen will game to game. This Carolina Panthers offense runs through Christian McCaffrey. I think the Jets offense will, although Le'Veon Bell is there and will get a lot of touches, I still think it runs through Sam Darnold. And because of that, I like the Jets receivers a little bit more than Panthers receivers. That said, I have similar arguments. If you're in a PPR league, I tend to like Curtis Samuel a little bit more, but I think DJ Moore is the better guy in terms of separation and getting deeper plays. The only thing is Kyle Allen's not really throwing deep. So, again, I lead towards Crowder. I lead towards Curtis Samuel in my format. Always pay attention to the format. Well, let me talk a little bit about the awards for the week. Now, the Kicked in the Nuts award is me. It's Stephon Diggs. I mentioned, I teased it a little bit before. Stephon Diggs, 3 touchdowns. I'm a little upset because I should have, this is me personally here, I should have bet a little bit more on Stephon Diggs and rolled him in more lineups in daily fantasy than I had. Like I said, I saw the weakness. I was just so down on Kirk Cousins, who also won my Kicked in the Nuts awards for the for the quarterback section. Hey man, no shade towards Minnesota. They did what they should have done. And good for them. I would be curious, though, if you have a player that really kicked you in the nuts this week, maybe somebody that you were playing had Seals Jones off of waivers or something at tight end. Maybe somebody had Matt Ryan in there. Maybe somebody started Kirk Cousins on a whim. I don't know. Let me know who kicked you in the nuts this week. Comment below. I'd love to see it. Now, the Dumpster Vomit Award for the week goes to Jarvis Landry of the Cleveland Browns. I loved the matchup for Jarvis Landry against Seattle. He couldn't exploit it. Now, credit Seattle, they had everything going. It didn't help that Baker Mayfield hit Odell Beckham a couple times in the hands, and Odell Beckham couldn't come down with the catch. Jarvis Landry, though, I had him projected very well. ESPN had him very well. Everybody had Jarvis Landry kind of projected well this week. Didn't get anything going. Dumpster vomit for me. The No Soup for You award goes to Will Fuller, coming off a 3-touchdown performance. Mr. Fuller had hands of stone. He could not catch a thing. He had a hole in his arms. He was going up for the pass reception. Couldn't get it done. That's a bummer for Mr. Will Fuller. It's a bummer for Will Fuller owners. But here's a little pearl of wisdom for everybody out there. If you didn't watch that Kansas City game and you haven't watched the other games, all you've seen this season was the 3-touchdown highlight game for Will Fuller. Let me say this. There have been probably another 3 or 4 games this season where Will Fuller has been this close to catching touchdowns. The game that he exploded, I was not surprised that Will Fuller finally broke out. He will break out again. Deshaun Watson loves throwing him the ball. He throws a good deep ball. Fuller will have more multiple touchdown games. If you have him in your fantasy football league, hold on to him. If you can acquire him in your fantasy football league, I think he's worth acquiring. The ICUP award, this is the very first time I've issued this award. ICU play, Robbie Anderson. Hey, I've mentioned it before, Sam Darnold has this Jets. He just adds another layer of complexity to this Jets offense, which is what Adam Gase wants. Yes, they will still throw to Le'Veon Bell. They will still make Le'Veon Bell, I think, maybe the key weapon that Sam Darnold distributes the ball to. But Sam Darnold, because of the valid running game there, the strong running game, because he has Jamison Crowder kind of working over. And by the way, their tight end Herndon is going to be coming back soon. He's going to be a weapon. Robbie Anderson over the top. He's an interesting one. I see you, Robbie Anderson. I also see you, Jamison Crowder. So there you go. There's an episode of the Fantasy Football Fallout talking about wide receivers. Check out our other videos. We do all the position groupings except for kicker, because who the hell knows what's going to happen with kicker anyway. They're all missing extra points this year, and I'm not going to delve into extra point misses. I'm just not going to do it. I refuse to do it. Check us out. Like, comment, subscribe to our videos. Watch some more videos. We appreciate that. You guys watching helps us grow as a partner. We can be a little bit more interactive as we become a stronger YouTube partner, so we would appreciate that support. Once again, subscribe, and then check us out on another episode. Thanks.